Alright guys, now we're going to take it to the next level. We're going to do two-step equations. Let's say you have something like this. 3m plus 7 equals 88. You are going to have things like this pretty much forever. This is going to be part of your life for all of math. So we got to learn it now and we got to learn it forever. Okay, the first thing is you're always going to want to get rid of the plus or minus here first before you do any multiplying and dividing. Trust me, you'll see why later on, but for starters, it's definitely better to do it this way. So, let's do that. You guys have an idea of how we undo addition. We want to solve for m by itself, and we have to undo everything that was done to it. So, plus 7 was done to it. How do we undo plus 7? We subtract 7. So, we do that to both sides, and then we're going to simplify, right? And when we simplify, the plus 7 minus 7 undoes itself. It goes away as expected, as intended. That was the point, yeah? So now we bring the 3m, that's what we have over there, and then 88 minus 7 equals 81. Okay, now the next step is we still want to get m by itself, so we have to do something with this times 3. How do we undo times 3? We divide by 3. And we're going to divide both sides by 3. So over here, that times 3 divided by 3 should cancel out, right? And then over here, we're going to do 81 divided by 3. And this is what we'll end up with. We'll have just m on the left side, which is the goal. That's what we wanted to solve for. And then, you can do all of your multiplication and division on some scratch paper anytime it's anything that you don't have memorized by heart. Okay, that's the process. Let's do it one more time, just to really drive it home. Let's say we have 4n plus 13 equals 81. Okay, what's our first step? See if you guys can take a guess. The first step is to get rid of this plus 13. And in order to undo plus 13, we subtract 13. Plus 13 minus 13, that's how it's going to go away. We do that to both sides. And when we simplify, this is what we get, right? Hopefully you guys are following along in your minds, and this is just totally snappy for you. Okay, so we have the 4n, the plus 13 minus 13 went away, undid itself. Now it's time to undo the next portion of this, right? So, the n was multiplied by 4, right? Now what do we have to do to get rid of that times 4, to undo the times 4, you tell me? We divide by 4. We're going to divide both sides by 4. The times 4 divided by 4 will cancel out. N should be left by itself. And that's the whole point, because we wanted to solve for what n equals. N in this case would equal 17. And again, you can do all this scratch work, 81 minus 13, and 68 divided by 4. All that stuff would be done in a separate space. This is what I want all of your steps to look like when you're writing them on paper, right? And when you're describing them in words, remember to keep your vocabulary accurate, right? So we subtract 13 from both sides. We divide both sides by 4. Those are our phrasings. That's how we describe the math, how we talk about the math. And then when you're writing it out, it's got to be this whole single column, right? You got to show what happens to both sides. And you got to have this continuous column going downwards. We're not going to have math all over the place in a crazy cloud of nothingness. Okay, using this skill, let's attack the next couple questions.